Mod time is here, and today is just a fun day. Normally I say today's gonna be a fun one, but usually they're not fun, they're just good mods. Today's good mods and fun. We got 23 mods in total, all platforms, 14 new and 1 update, and PC Mac players got 3 new and 5 updates, and yes, PC players, that is manual attach. It's out, and yes, I'm gonna use it. No, I'm not looking forward to it. I never use that mod. Anyway, let's jump right in. Let's start with new mods for all platforms. We got the DEUTZ-FAHR Series 7 TTV HD. Starting right off the bat at the top, we've got the Warrior setup, which can be added or removed. If you add it, we do get access to color, so we will leave that there. As far as our engines, really, this is just going to be your top speed. So you can either go 40, 50, or 60 kilometers per hour. That is your 24, 32, and 37, 38 miles an hour. It says 37 there. I think it's about 38, though. Wheel brands, we've got a BKT set on there. Nokian, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, Vredestein, and then you can change up a few different things through there. Warning signs on the back, we've got a yes. We also have the added lights to them as well. Steering wheel, we can add that if you want to as well. That looks very, very cool indeed. We do have a front loader because this is a 7 series. You can do the quickie or Hauer setup along the front. And then as far as your colors go, we do get access to all of the colors, including that Java green, which is beautiful, and the black wheels. It's an awesome tractor inside. I love DEUTZ-FAHR, especially when we were there for FarmCon. They just have so many buttons and stuff at them. I don't know what any of this does. It doesn't really do anything. There are no animations, 0 of them. So if you like tractors with animations, this is not one of them. Not often we get a forage harvester, but we got one today, the John Deere Series 9000. It's not very often that we get forage harvester mods. We only have 12 of them right now, and to be fair, one of them is a baler. Shout out PV mods. Anyway, with this guy right here, we do have a lot more options than the main one does. The main one just has like an engine setup, your wheel brand and tire, and then the pipe length. This has a little bit more. So engine options, we've got the 9700 at 800 horsepower, the 9800 at 870, and the 9900 at 970 horsepower. Most of you guys are probably familiar with that one if you've used this before. Wheel brands for Michelin, Midas, Vredestein, Trelleborg, there it is, BKT, and back into a Michelin set. Looking good through there. As far as your Starfire, you've got the holder for it, or you can rock in with a 6000 or 7000 set. Decal color, you could go yellow or gray. Side markers are going to be a yes or no. You also have your silage additive tank, yes or no through there as well. Where's that bad boy at? Is it around the back side? Or is it on the inside? Ah, there it is, right on the left-hand side. Beacon light options, we do have a couple of those, as per usual, left, right, both or none, and then you could change them up as well, so you do have multiple different sets, so you can pick the one that you like the best. Of course, long pipe or a short pipe or a standard pipe on here. Animations, we do have IC or mouse control. That is super awesome. And then we've got all of your color options here. Main, of course, is your main color. Apologize for making it red, just trying to show off things. We got the pipe color there, and then we got our rim colors down here. Not pretty. YouTubers never can make anything that looks good, can they? Now, this is just the bog standard model, but it does have the IC, and IC is meant for roleplay, so I think we could get up in here, can't we? Yeah, so we got that. Let's go around on the inside. Ooh, let's turn it on. It is loud up in here. So we've got that, moving back and forth, all of our lights here, of course the door. We'll go ahead and shut that. Oh, we get the sound too. Nice. Mirrors, very nice for that. Doesn't look like we've got any camera mirrors, but that's all right. Unfold the pipe first. Oh yeah, that's turning it on. We got all the gadgets and doodahs. I love it. It's also very cool because this is our first John Deere Forage Harvester mod in Farming Simulator 25. So if you like doing that and you want some more options, this is the one to go with. Another kind of mod we rarely get any of is forwarders, and we have the Komatsu Forwarder 875 or Mispano modding. Now yes, this is a conversion from previous Farming Simulator games. However, it is actually only our, I think, 3rd or 4th proper forwarder mod that we've got in the game, so big shout out there. We do have some skidders as well, but HR Forced have brought 2 of the other 3 mods, and the other one was Giant Software. So there you go. With this one, we have 251 horsepower. You do have a Nokian set of tires and other first. Can't say it. I'm so sorry. I apologize. It is what it is. I'm never going to learn. As far as our beacon options, we do have those. However, those are going to be around towards the top. You can see kind of there in the front bit. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Window tinting, 0, 25, 50, 75, and 100. Going through with everything, looking good there. And then you've got your main color, design color. We'll change that to a gray. No, let's change that back. Here's another design. It's good to be your grab. Very cool. And then we have our rim color. You cannot change the color of the first. Pretty normal animations with this one. Everything's going to be the crane. So all options are going to be there, up and down. And then you've got, lastly, the rotating bits. I'm very bad at driving these. There's also no like fold, unfold with this. So whenever you're done, you will be required to put everything back where you found it. Just like that. Oh, and if you're curious, this is the forwarder that we had base game in Farming Simulator 22. Our next one is quite fun. The Mercedes-Benz Trucks Unimog 5023 TLF 3000. What a name! Oh my goodness. Yep, you saw it right. It is a Mercedes-Benz mod. But it is a Unimog, so maybe that's how it got through. Who knows? On here, we've got a fully functioning fire truck, which is super duper awesome. The only thing is the water sprayer, the water nozzle at the top, it's just for like show, just for looks. It doesn't do anything, but it is very, very cool. I love it. So let's talk about it. First, we've got customizations for the foil wrap. Now, this is just going to be your livery options on the side. You can go with some. You don't have to. It is all good either way. We're going to just add them all. Reflectors, we've got yellow ones or white ones. As far as your bumper goes, front bumper, we've got a white front bumper. Or a, well, it says white V2, but it's just the front that's white. Or you can go with a full black setup. Then we've got the rear design, which could be either white or red, depending on what you want to go for. Then you've got your rear bumper here. This going to be red, white, or black. And then we've got our equipment compartment door color. So we start with the silver. You can go with black there. We've got our rim colors, which is silver or black. And then the reversing camera. Yep. It's got a reverse camera. As far as all of your specs, 272 horsepower manual transmission, 160 liters of fuel, goes 55 miles an hour. It's got a 3,000 liter tank for water and weighs 16 tons empty. Now, obviously, it's also got blinky blinkies all the way around. We've got our water hose up there and then all of our blinky blinkies around towards the back. Let's jump in. Let's turn on all the lights around. There we go. We've got multiple lights. If you can show light in the daytime, I say thumbs up to you. Now, the engine sounds like a semi-truck from Farming Simulator 17 to me. You tell me what you think. Just me? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, the water just goes continuously. It is, again, as we said, just for show. However, that animation at the end does run out. So you get about that far before it starts going up into the air. Now, how does all of that work? Press that on accident. You could do that if you want. We also have the turn on function here. If you turn on the truck, it's got extra blinky blinkies on it around towards the back with the amber. As far as doing everything else, God, this thing is so loud. I gotta turn that down. I'm so sorry. If we check out at the top, this one's an interesting one. So the open crane tool, this is not done by a button, but by a slider almost. So that is how you're going to control that. And then when you're all done, we can bring it and put it back. And that's going to be done by clicking the fold truck button. Bam, just like so. Now, how does she drive? Well, I think it drives pretty good. And I also think that is very neat. The water can be taken to animal pens, stuff like that. You're not going to be using it to fight fires, so don't be expecting to do that. Go ahead and turn off the blinky blinkies there. It's a good looking truck, very cool. It is going to be more for like a roleplay setup. So if you guys have a roleplay server or something like that, this is also in German. So it's going to look a little bit out of place on an English server. But if you're like me, it doesn't really matter what you use. What matters is you get to use whatever you want and just have fun. To me, this is a Unimog fire truck, and it's awesome. And another one for you. Same modder, this is the MAN TGE Ambulance. And you may have already noticed something very cool about this. Check this out, Kverneland Ambulance Service. Huh? Very cool, huh? So with this bad boy, this could be taken a lot of different places. So for the spec, we have Germany and Austria, or you've got the UK. This is neat because you could change up the livery, but you can also change up the left-hand and right-hand drive. That's kind of cool. That is awesome. Plus, it changes up all of the lights all the way around. That's also neat. I think that's cool. The first one we'll look at here is the Germany and Austria one. As far as our blue light front, we've got beacon light set. You can also run a beam. You also have the beam 2. I think the original beam looks very, very cool. I like that sleek design. Blue light for the back. You've got same things here. It's also worth mentioning that if you go with the UK spec, you do not get this bar. So you only get that one for the Germany and Austria. And also, there is a button to turn this specifically on and off. And again, the button's going to be there if you've got the UK version, but it won't do anything. As far as our front flashers, you can add or remove those. Those are going to be in the grill right through there. Side flashers, kind of the same thing through there. Foiling, you've got your Germany set and your Austria set. Bumper, you can change up how you want that to go. Running boards, this is going to be around towards the very back. Boom. And then you've got your rim colors. We also have the horn configuration for Germany and Austria or the UK, and it will kind of cycle a little bit, so you don't like choose horn number 1 and horn number 2. For Germany, you know, the and the ones that we just heard on the Firetruck. You don't change those, it changes them automatically on its own. So that's kind of neat. Hitting the reset button here, and we have the UK spec. And of course, this changes things up a little bit. We do have our front flashers, the foiling. We've got the NEH or NEH. I don't know what that stands for. But you got your green and your yellow. Oh, it says it on the side. National Emergency Healthcare. Nice. And then you also have the new white and green, where you can go with the new yellow and green. All of them, except for one, say Kverneland on the side, so check that out. It's very cool. And then we have the bumper, the running boards, and the rim colors are all going to be the same. Horns, though, can be changed between the different places. Really, the only thing you can do with this one is you could turn on the blinky, blinky, flashy lights, and you can turn on the horn, which is very, very annoying. Also, if you have IC, you can open and close the doors if you are on PC, which I find super duper awesome. So we'll hop in. There we go. There's no, hang on. There we go. We got it now. There we go. We can shut that off. We got the radio up there. Very cool. Very cool. Got your lights. I assume the key's going to be over here somewhere. How do I turn it on? I don't know where the key is. Whatever. I'm just going to start it the right way. As I said, again, fold and unfold is not going to do anything on this version right here. And then if you don't like horns, close your ears. 3, 2, 1. And that's it. It does have a pretty low engine horsepower, about 170. It's a little on the heavy side, but not too bad. And also kind of a bummer, I guess, between both of these. We can't open up the sides or anything like that. For something like this, it would have been cool to maybe utilize the back, open it up, have some straps back there or something. You're not going to be able to put anybody back there. I mean, you're not going to open it up and find K-Bot, but, you know, it would have been nice to, like, open them up or something. Yeah. Still, I like that we got more vehicles like this. More players could do whatever they want. Now we make our way over to tools. We have the Claas CARGOS 750, 760. And if you're saying, hey, we already have these. Yes, we do technically. They are located in this mod pack right here. And I think we actually have another mod pack of these. But most of the trailers I do not keep installed. With this one, we could do a couple different things. So we've got the beta rotors in the very back. Those could be added or removed. We do have different wheel brands and tires. That is very nice to see, including a couple different setups. Been loving Bridgestone tires lately, so going with that. And then we've got colors for quite literally everything. I don't know what a klapakala is. The rear wasn't translated correctly. Gotcha. And we're going to find those on both of these. Now, if you like playing unrealistic, there is a different option for you guys. The Claas Fliegl trailer pack. This includes the 750 and 760. However, you can go in and change the capacity options up to 100,000 or 200,000. That's going to be for your silage and grain setup. So very cool, very neat. I like that. But if you're more realistic and you like having a bunch of colors, well, these are the ones for you. Next one on the list is the Kroeger Pack. This includes 3 trailers. We have the HKD 302, the HKD 402, and the TKD 302. For these, we have a wheel brand setup. So you got your Continental, Trelleborg, BKT, Avradestein, and then you kind of cycle between those. We do have setups for the different designs on the side. I like that. Cover is going to be a yes or a no, but no change in the color of it, which is interesting. And then we could change up our rim colors and your side color. You're going to find these on all of them. So really the only thing here is what your capacity needs. We got 21,000 for the first and last one and 29,000 for the one in the middle. Do we have hitches? We should. Yes. Next up, we got the Metaltech IT 35 Custom. This bad boy is an IT runner auger wagon. How cool is that? Actually, the first trailer that I used was a Metaltech back at Farming Simulator 17 or 15, I think it was, whenever I started playing. And super cool to see the brand being represented. So now in here, we do have your main color. It does have the standard red, but you can change it up to kind of whatever you want. This is also made for the longer IT runner stuff. Let's see, it doesn't have any combination, so you will have to go find your own. Generally, you can go into changing systems, and in here, we've got a lot of IT runner stuff. Kind of go through the ones with 2 axles on the back like this one has. It's a little short. I would find something with the 3 axles for the IT runners, or any of the trucks should work fine. This Roland right here should also work good for you guys too. And if you got the Mercedes-Benz DLC, those should work perfectly fine for you guys too. I don't know if I've got any more IT runners. Let's see, we've got the Lizard right there. That'll work fine. The MAN TGX 26500. Of course, that'll work great. And I guess anything else that's got IT runner should work good for you too. Got a slurry spreader for you, the Fliegl PFW 12,000 MaxxLine. This does slurry and digestate. It's got a 12,000 liter capacity, 15 meter working with, and 9 miles per hour. If you played previous Farming Simulator games, it is very similar to what we've had before. Wheel brands, a couple different ones to choose from through there. As always, very nice. This is a big machine, so they are chunky boys. As far as your designs, we've got a 1 and a 2, kind of like a split there on the end of the drag hose. You've also got the MaxxLine decal, which is kind of hard to see. There it is at the front. And we've got the fill arm, which can be added to the side as well for a little added role play and realism. And of course, we got a black rim on there. From Mat 26, he's brought over his Kverneland Accord DL seeder. This is not a direct drill. You probably wouldn't expect it to be, but it's a regular seeder. 750 liters of seed only. No extra bits and bombs through there. Now we can change up a few things. We can add some nice discs in the back. Those look very good. We've got a weeder, which is added to the back of that as well. Capacities, we've got the 750. We can also run it up to an auto 1250 or manual 1250. I think the manual and automatic means it's just loaded manually or automatically. And then the design, we can bump it up a little bit. We've got a 4 meter set and a 4.5 meter set as well. So you could really do some damage with this. It's also pretty cheap too. Like this setup right here, 14,550 bucks. This may be a great starter for you guys. We do have a cover color right there. We could change up the, come on, there we go. We could change up the hoses and, of course, the rims right there. Hooks up via 3-point, PTO, all is good. It's plows, the Lizard AF. We've got 3 of these. We've got a 0.9 meter, 1.2, and 1.5. All of them have the cleaners, which can be added on there. Those are very, very important with plows like this. You've also got decals. There you go, looking pretty good. I like the custom decals there, very nice. And then you can change up the main color. And before we get into placeables, we've got the multi-brand safety weight extensions. Oh yeah, you got those out there. And we can change up our branding from Edco, Fendt, Massey Ferguson, Claas, John Deere, New Holland, Case IH, Voucher, JCB, Challenger, Kubota, Landini, Mercedes-Benz. Get out of here, man. DEUTZ-FAHR or nada. You can add some LED flashers to your warning signs there, and we can even change up how they rock and roll. Lastly, we've got a color option which changes up the weight and frame. The weight weighs 750 kgs by itself. Well, I guess and with everything. Now with placeables, we've got a couple of them. The first one is the Multifruit Purchase Station. This is going to cost you $2,500 to place down. No customization options, and they also say they've adjusted the price of pig feed to ensure that you make a profit when raising your pigs. Now, you may know from watching my videos, but I am a big fan of things like this. I love the multi-filling station, so I'm going to place a couple of my favorite ones down here. Is that the cheap one? discounted. There we go. That's the cheap one. I'm gonna place a couple of these down and we're gonna compare some of the prices. There we go. So we've got the two other ones I use, one from 82 Studio and one from Almatana. All of Almatana's are, they look different, but they function the same. So let's take a look. Well, I was kind of hoping the pig feed would be represented in here, but without one of the other mods I use, I can't see it. But that other mod changes all the prices, so Anyway, we're looking for Multifruit purchase station. What in the world can you... So we have buying station, cheap, buying station, discounted. Is it just buying station? Yep, it is buying station. So I guess that'll tell us what we could buy from there, huh? So in here, buying station, we've got, looks like we could do all of our standard normal crops. However, you cannot buy cotton from it, and you can buy cotton from the other ones. So yeah, that's there. Here we go. This will probably be the easiest way to do this. We'll show off this and then maybe take a look and see if we can buy any liquids from there as well. So dropping in here, we've got all of our standard crop types, which is very nice. We also have our forage crops in here as well. You can even buy snow, which I do find very interesting. Be careful about buying road salt because you can't sell it. And then you can even buy manure and things like that. Solid fertilizer, of course, seeds. Yep, you've got all of that, which is very nice. Now, it says that pig feed can be purchased here. Say $1,469 for that. Curious what it would be at the other one. So $1,469 at the new one. And Almatana's, it is $7,300. And at 82 Studios, it is $5,879. So yeah, not a bad thing right here. Pretty cheap pig food indeed. And your last new one for all platforms today is the UK stock fence. There are no gates or anything like that. It's just a regular fence with some barbed wire on top of it. It's going to cost you $150 per link. Jumping over to updates for all platforms. Only one today. We have the Easy Haul Shed Pack from AW Mining, Sully, and the ABP team. This will be version 1.3. They've improved the model textures and added translations for the mod name. Now we're into the part of the video where I know PC players have been waiting on this one. Manual attach is here from Wobster, and it is not as complicated as I thought it was. So I've got my PC help window turned on up here in the top left hand side, although a lot of the components are halfway down the page. You won't be able to see it. So what I've done is I've got a Massey Ferguson, just a 5S right here, and then we've got a Horsch Power Harrow, and I use this Horsch Power Harrow because, well, it's easy, and it does a lot of different things. You can raise it, lower it, turn it on. You can move down all the other stuff. So what we need to do first, we pull up here and it says attach the tool Q. We'll click the Q button. There we go. Now what we need to do is we need to hit the Z key or Z. Boop. And that puts our PTO in, and then hold the Z or Z key, and that'll put in our connections. Bam! Just like that. And now we're good to go. That's it. If we didn't have any connections, but it was connected to the tractor, we could not do anything. So you see here, it wants me to raise it up, but I can't. So I have to connect the hoses. So we'll come over here, connect the hoses. Awesome! Now I could raise it up. Sweet! But I can't turn it on. I'm hitting the button, but it won't turn on because the PTO is not connected. So I gotta come in here and I gotta turn on the PTO. To be fair, I'm just jumping on it so that you guys can see it. Boom, PTO's connected, and now it works. So you can imagine all of the different implements that you would need to do that. Now, what about just standard tipper trailers? Well, we back up, no connection button whatsoever, but we come over here, hit the Q, it's now connected. If I tap Z, nothing happens because there is no PTO with this, but if I click and hold, we get all of our lines hooked up. So that is very nice. Now I wonder what would happen if we didn't have our lines hooked up, but the trailer's there. So we can still pull the trailer around. We just can't dump it, and there's no lights lighting up the back either. So we'll come back over here, hook it up, and now we got lights. Very cool, very cool. And we can dump, finally! So there you go. That's kind of neat, right? Now, there are a few things that are exceptions to the rules if you want to think about them like that. So like front loaders, skid steers, shovels, telehandlers, and even combine harvesters right here can hook up to the implement. So for example, if I had this Massey Ferguson and I've got the header for it, boom, just like so, I can hook up to this. So I don't have to go in and like click manual attach. Think about it like this. In real life, this combine harvester would come right up to this, click, and it would move. But you can see, I can't do anything else unless I attach stuff. So we'll come in here. Maybe it's on this side. It's definitely on this side. So click the button. Oh, I have to get like right up on it, don't I? There we go. So there we go. Now everything's attached. Oh, I need to unfold the harvest. I'm an idiot. There we go. So now we can run everything. So anything that, like, think about it in real life, you'd be able to just go up to and pick it up, like combine harvesters, headers, things like that. Yeah, you're good to go. But you can also see there, I can't. Can I drop it? I can drop it. And I can pick it up, but it's forced into a lowered state. Yeah, that's kind of it, I guess. If you're not a fan of the buttons themselves, you can change them up, and I do have good news for you guys. We also have connections for the like Xbox or PlayStation inputs, the gamepad inputs, if you will. So that is very cool as well. So if you're like me and you play with a controller on PC, you can still use this, no problem, and you don't have to use your keyboard if you don't want to. Very cool. Awesome. We've also got a couple more new ones for PC and Mac players. First one is the Animal Food Calculator. This is from the Weekend Farmers, and it is a script that calculates and displays the daily and yearly food requirements for all animal husbandries in the animal menu. The calculation is based on the actual animal types, age groups, and feed rations on each husbandry. Why couldn't I read that? Let's take a look at it. So they've got automatic calculation of daily and yearly feed. We have per husbandry calculation displayed directly in the animal menu next to the feed capacity itself. Supports multiple husbandries and all standard animals. Also supports the enhanced animal system, which is very important. And it is multiplayer compatible, which is absolutely great. So you can see right there, we've got all of our stuff. Now, I know we've seen mods like this in the past, and whenever we've gotten into like the winter months and the summer months, sometimes those numbers have changed. So I do wonder how those are going to change because I know that the animals don't eat the same amount in one part of the year that they do in the other. Still, very exciting and very cool. Looking forward to this. Definitely a mod I'm going to have installed all the time. And lastly, we have no credit. This mod completely blocks the possibility of taking a loan in the game. Woo! Can you imagine a farmer with no credit? Yikes. Lastly, today, let's talk updates for PC and Mac players. First one is the Peecon LR290 roller from ADUB Modding and the ABP team, version 1.2. They made the decals, the configuration, and improved the model textures. We also got an update to Field Leasing, which is actually a new mod, just came out a couple days ago. This is already version 1001. They fixed a bug in the map view when no farmland was selected. Advanced maintenance has now been advanced to 1.0.1, code reworked for the new update. Green Bean and Pea Harvester add-on version 101, fix for patch 114. And lastly, we have an update to AutomaticGate. We're going to zoom in on this one because it is a little bit of a longer update. So we've got version 1.1 distance check add-on. Gates and doors now open earlier as soon as the vehicle gets close. Ownership check implemented. Checks whether the player or the vehicle belongs to the same farm as the landowner and can be enabled or disabled in the game settings. Scrolling down a little bit, we also have ownership rules. If the player or vehicle belongs to the same farm, the gate opens. If the land or has no owner, well, no one can open the gate. If the player or vehicle is not the owner or a member of the farm, the gate stays closed. And if the ownership check is disabled, all gates open automatically as soon as you are in front of them. We also have a new option in the general settings menu for adjustable close date or delay, so the time before the gate closes automatically. We also have enable and disable ownership check. Manual open and close is possible again, and fixes. We have fence gates are now also detected and will open automatically when a vehicle approaches. awesome update. Probably a lot of work went into this one as well, so big shouty outy to the modder for this one. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, let me know down in the comments section. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like on it. That lets me know that you like the video, and I can do some more stuff like this one. If you got any questions about the mods, let me know. Otherwise, have an awesome day. We will see you in the next one.